Hi, everyone. I want to teach you the basics of tapping today, or EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques. It was created as a tool by Roger Callahan years ago to work with his therapy clients in noticing that phobias and things like that would disappear when he used a tapping tool. It was synthesized by a personal development expert, Gary Craig, into a much simpler algorithm. And that's the algorithm we use today, but it's been made even more simple with its use over the years because it's so powerful and so effective. So in this video, I'm going to show you the basics, give you the setup phrase, the tapping points, and how to use that. In subsequent videos, I will teach you some variations and ways to play with it and just show you how adaptable it is. So first of all, the tapping points are the beginning of the eyebrow, and make sure you're right here at the beginning of the hair of your eyebrow, not up here in your forehead, right here. Then the side of the eye, which is on the bone, you want to be on that bony edge. Under the eye, also on the bone in the center. Under the nose, in the chin, on the collarbone, go to that big bone and slide down to the bottom of that. There's almost a divot at the bottom of that bone, okay? Under the arm, which is about 4 inches down from the armpit, okay? And then the last point is the top of your head using all 5 fingers, the place of 100 meetings. And then we'll be using the karate chop point for our setup phrase. Now, you can use both hands going down both poles of the body. You can also use one hand. There may be times when you want to tap on something while you're driving. You've got one hand on the steering wheel and one hand tapping. It's pretty fail-safe. And I'll show you to make sure you know how to measure your results and maybe give you a little bit of variation right here in this video. So the basic setup phrase is, even though I have this problem, I deeply love and accept myself. And you're going to be saying that phrase 3 times while you're tapping on the karate chop point. Even though I have this problem, I deeply love and accept myself. Okay, even though I have this problem, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I have this problem, I deeply love and accept myself. Now, let's just break that phrase down so you understand what's happening. Even though I have this problem, I deeply love and accept myself. You're going to be stating, let's say you're feeling stress, you're going to be stating, even though I feel this stress, I love and accept myself completely. A lot of people wonder, why affirm the negative? Aren't we supposed to be positive? But as a friend of mine would say, that's like putting lipstick on a pig. So, or another way is saying, trying to paint over the mold on the wall. And what we're doing with EFT is opening that file, saying, even though that's where we're acknowledging what's really going on in our system instead of pretending otherwise. Even though I feel this stress, and that's, I have this problem, that's the fill in the blank. Even though I have this stress, I deeply love and accept myself. That's the classic affirmative statement at the end. That phrase can be shifted to, even though I feel the stress in my life, I'm okay, or I'm going to be okay. I'm willing to consider that I'm going to be okay. Whatever phrase lands. You can even say, even though I feel this stress, I accept my unacceptance. You're creating acceptance around the fact that this thing exists, whatever it is you're addressing, and affirming the possibility of changing it, and that you accept yourself no matter what. Okay, so that's a great setup for anything you want to change. When you're setting up this phrase, it's like opening a file, like you've opened a file cabinet, picked an issue out of the file, open the file cabinet, you start tapping through the points. You're either emptying the contents, transforming the contents, however you want to look at that. So when you're addressing something negative and it's releasing, you're emptying the file, you're allowing your natural your natural self, your natural joy, your natural confidence, your natural potentials to rise and be expressed. Because by nature, we joy exists in there. By nature, confidence exists in there. And you're creating a way for that to be expressed, to dissolve conditioning, to dissolve experiences, to dissolve the things that you've that we all carry in our psyche, and in our body and our cells, and giving it away to transform itself. Okay. And like I said, that can be used for anything, whether you've got a financial issue you want to address, personal human potential, staff issues, a physical pain, whatever it is you're wanting to change within yourself. Okay. So let's go through a round or two. And when you get ready to tap yourself through something, make sure you stop and take note of how strong it feels. So you give yourself a measuring system. Typically, we use the measuring system of 0 to 10. So if you're feeling stress in your body, or you feel angry, or you feel rejected, or you just don't even know where to go with something, even that can be measured in a level of intensity. Let's say it's something so vague as, I don't know where to go with this. Then simply measure the sense of how intense that feels within your system. And just go with your intuition, go with a guess, go with your intuition, because it'll be accurate. It's just a way of tuning in to sense where you're at. Sometimes we do underestimate how strong something is, but you'll discover that in using this tool for yourself. Okay. So the example I'm going to use today is, even though I feel angry or stress, please fill in the blank. If you don't have anger, maybe fill in sadness. If you don't feel anger, maybe fill in a stress. Okay. And I'm just going to show you how to walk yourself through this. So even though so first of all, measure it. Okay. 0 to 10. Decide what you're going to focus on. Maybe you have a little stress in your shoulder. Maybe you've got a little tension in the back of your head. Maybe something just happened at work and you feel a little frustrated about it. Any of those, okay? Maybe you feel a little stressed financially. Note from 0 to 10 how strong that feeling is, okay? And then when we do a couple of rounds, we'll see where you are then, okay? So even though I feel this stress, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I feel this stress in my body, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I feel this stress, I choose to love and accept myself. Now we can go through these points saying this stress, this stress, this stress, this stress, and you will likely get somewhere. But let's use some of the nuances you probably have in your head already, okay? Start out with this stress. I don't know if I can change it. I'm so tired of this stress. I've been carrying it so long. Could I really change it this easily? Does this tapping stuff work? This stress in my body. Sometimes I can barely breathe. Okay, that would typically be one round. Now you can keep going, okay, and do a couple of rounds. You can do 5 rounds at one time, however many rounds you want to without stopping. But stop and evaluate at some point. Now, if my stress was an 8 when I started, is it down to a 6? Has it moved? Did it go up? Did it disappear? Is it a 0? And that's an important point. Be willing to let it go to a 0. Be willing to for that to take place for you. Okay. If it went up, you know that you're really on something important, and you're probably getting some insights on where to go next. Maybe it's not just stress in general. So maybe something came to mind that it's something more specific. Even though I feel stressed out by that person at work, I love and accept myself, and you go ahead and take yourself through a round on that as well. If it stayed the same, you may not be on the actual issue. You might be trying to be positive or gloss over it. And what's important with tapping is that you know that you can bring anything to the table. You're not actually affirming the problem. You're not actually reinforcing the problem. You're setting yourself up to transform it. And you're not, sending something to somebody else by expressing your anger at that person or the frustration or the hurt, or this is a place where you can be you and let anything take place. Okay. Let yourself be honest about what you're feeling, because this is where it gets to change. Okay. This is the safe place, and that's the purpose of the setup phrase too, is it creates a safety for the body mind to acknowledge what's going on for real, and to release and to accept yourself for real, and to change it for real. Okay, so once you've reevaluated, let's say it dropped to a 3. Okay, then you go, even though I still feel the stress in my body, and that still word or something along those lines is affirming that, oh, there's something remaining. Okay. You could even say, even though I still have this 3 stress in my body, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I still feel this 3 stress in my body, I love and accept myself. Even though I still feel this remaining stress in my body, I love and accept myself completely. And then take yourself back through the points. This stress is still there. This 3 stress. This 3 stress in my body. It's safe to change it. I know my body's doing its job to protect me. My body's holding my stress for me. But I'm in charge. And I really want to do something other than stress. It's safe for me to change this stress. It's safe for me to stop holding it and open to another possibility. This stress in my body, I know why it's there. I wonder if I have to keep it, or if I can feel safe to let it go. Okay, so that's the basics. I've given you the setup phrase, the tapping points, how to use them in a basic way, and in subsequent videos, I'll show you even more.